Stop! Police!
Oh, shit.
We have a multiple 600 in progress for most of each. Subject is 25 and appears to have shit his pants.
Get back here!
Hello, Elaine. Cup the balls. Hey, welcome to Community Service Podcast. Thank you guys so much. And we've been listening. You know, the fans have spoken. Everyone's mad at me bleeping the first minute. Well, you go fuck yourself. We're going to bleep that too. We bleep because YouTube, I've already explained this, demonetizes you for cuss words because YouTube's some sensitive little... Okay? But now the fans have spoken. They're tired of the bleep, so we're going to do fart noises because it's funny. It's funny. You know? There you go. Fart. Anyways, as we do, we got to thank the Patreon new patrons. I really appreciate you. Francisco Andrade. That's it. Just the gun. And today's guest is my good buddy Mateen Stewart. He's a very funny comedian. Good dude. I met him in the very beginning. He knew me when I wasn't sober. And as I got sober, and you'll hear it in the podcast. Anyways, OG guy I've known my whole existence in comedy. And he's a great dude, great comic. Check him out. Check out this episode. I love you all. Why am I holding this? It's on a handle. It's on a handle. Anyways, you guys are great. Thank you very much. Nice. Put that away.
Is this live stream somewhere? No.
Oh,
okay.
We might say some up shit, bro. We might say, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Community Service Pod. You're already watching. You know what this is. This is my homie Mateen Stewart.
What
very
up, though?
funny. We kind of started together, yeah?
Yeah, we did.
Same time. This is the best story of my life. Dude, he was there when I got sober.
Yeah, I was there for that moment, your realization. That
Oh
you
my God. Like the next day, I was wounded. Like I just kept, I don't even want to say everything. I'll say it. Who cares? Yeah, I was like, I'm just telling him the story. I was like, yeah, I fell on my head. I tried to fight a bouncer. I let a gay dude rub my backside down. I tried to hook up with my cousin and everything.
And I was like, whoa. You what? You tried to hook? Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I'm sober now, you know? And that was like, I just kept saying like levels of the story and be like, so I'm sober now. And then we would just laugh.
Oh, that was so funny.
And that was like 2 days sober, some shit. And it stuck. 7 years later, here we are.
You're welcome.
Drinking
Cheers.
Nescafe. He did it.
Yeah. Watermelon Waterloo. Sparkling water.
I told you I had watermelon and
I
grape.
know. It was funny that you offered me watermelon and grape first. I thought it was a bit. I was like, watermelon, grape, fried chicken. Like, and I was like, they make fried chicken, sparkling water. I'm sure
it's delicious. Actually,
there's somewhere in the world,
now.
maybe in China.
And I just couldn't. I was just smiling. I was like, I got watermelon. I'm like, no, I do.
He actually had it. He has like so many different flavors of sparkling water.
This isn't a hacky racist bit. I really do have those flavors, and they're fucking delicious.
Yeah, it's
this
pretty
brand is fantastic. Target, dude.
You gotta get them to sponsor.
Strawberries. No, nobody sponsor me, those bastards.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm saying, just tell them.
Yeah.
You gotta follow him. Waterloo. For you.
I've reached out. To yerba mate, bench made, spider coat. I like knives. Mm-hmm. All fucking.
You like knives? Did you ever sell Cutco knives?
No, but I bought knives off the Home Shopping Network channel. You know how you get 500 knives for $300?
Yeah.
And I went down to the Rhodium in Lawndale, whatever city that is, and I set up at the flea market, a little swamp meat, and I had my little knife booth. And I was just slinging knives, and knives don't sell that well.
So you bought knives off of Home Shopping Network
to start a business.
Yeah. And then you went
when I was like 19.
And then you went to go sell knives.
And I went to sell knives at the flea market.
Wow, that's.
And I sold like 2 knives, and those 2 my friends that came to visit me. I've spent like $500 to make $20.
Oh wow! Do you still have those knives?
I actually ended up selling them later to the hoodlum homies.
Okay.
Just $5 a pop. And then I finally made my money back. But that was after 2-3 years. I just had a duffel bag full of knives.
Just knives. Just like
knives.
all types of knives.
Yeah, just all sort, and it was
It
just
was
really
like kitchen knives or like knives?
no pocket knives.
Oh,
you know,
pocket
like on
knives.
yeah.
Okay. That's why the homies in the hood bought them.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then one of them bought one, and he flicked it open, and it like just exploded, came apart. You know,
Oh,
like
wow.
it just went, psh, and he's like, "Yo, I want my money back, Shaggy." They call me Shaggy, and I was like, "Oh man, all sales are final, bro." I got that 5, and I'd sell them cigarettes, 2 packs of smokes, cause it was like I was in prison, but not in prison. It's so weird as I say that. Because I worked for Camel, and the guy back in the day, I would swipe IDs at the bar, get
Oh,
their
you were one of those
information,
guys?
and I'd give you 2 packs of smoke, except
Yeah.
I would just give out 1 pack of smoke. So I just collect smokes, and I didn't smoke, so then I just started slinging them.
Camel Crush
Yeah.
on college campuses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was that guy.
Yeah.
You made good money,
Yeah,
man.
dude. I remember those guys signing up, getting keychains and T-shirts.
Yeah, dude,
I don't
just-
even smoke, but you get the pack of.
I tried to
Crush.
start. I was just had access. I hated it. I was like, why am I going to smoke tobacco when I got OG Kush? You guys are idiots. You fucking change.
Yeah, tobacco never really did anything for me. Well, I mean, I come from a family of smokers. My dad still smokes Cools, and my grandmother smoked for like 50 years, and then she just quit because she was a nurse, and they would just smoke on their lunch breaks.
Yeah.
And they would go outside, and then once she quit,
50 years.
yeah,
My
at
dad.
least probably more. Yeah, she's probably like 50 years.
Damn. My dad smoked Marlboro Reds for like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
My sister smoked for a decade. My aunt used to smoke. I like to get high. You know, it's like.
Yeah, I can't.
You know?
I can't really smoke. I can't even. Like, I'll smoke when I'm like super drunk, but then it's like after the next day, you feel like someone like stepped on your chest.
It just hurts your throat.
Yeah.
If I want pain, I want the expansion of THC in my lungs. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like
like
I
you-
want that. I don't want to burn my throat pain.
Yeah. You want to feel it in your chest.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, you get used to it. I'm like, nah.
Well, it doesn't really do anything.
It's
It
just
just
what I
makes you
mean,
want to
like-
smoke more cigarettes.
Weed
It's like cocaine.
does something. You get high. Cocaine, heroin, you get high.
You get high.
Cigarettes, you don't get high. So what's the fucking point, guys?
Get a nicotine rush. I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But that's like a little... It's like I get more high eating too much pineapple.
I'm allergic
You are?
to fresh pineapple. I can't really eat it.
Oh, man.
Like my mouth swells up. I'll get like that the Kylie Jenner lips.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
like,
but
you
it,
know.
it's like ugh. Kiwi and pineapple and mango. Those give me the kind.
Oh, that
yeah.
sucks. Those are delicious. I
Yeah.
got kiwis in the kitchen.
Yeah, kiwi, dude, fuck me up, man.
Damn.
Yeah,
I love golden kiwis. I shoved that whole shit in my mouth.
I haven't had a golden kiwi yet,
Yo,
so
you
I don't know if I'm
can't,
allergic
man.
to that.
It looks-
Maybe it's the same. Have you had passion fruit?
I know. Does Trader Joe's sell that?
No.
Then no.
Yeah, I've had a passion. It's kind of sour, but it's just like it's a fruit, and then you pretty much eat the seeds.
Maybe I've had it. I've tried weird shit. I've tried like what's that? Star fruit.
I like star fruit. You gotta have a really good one.
Jackfruit.
Jackfruit is good.
Jackfruit is good. Jackfruit.
It's very versatile.
I can't talk. Jackfruit can solve like the world's food problem. Have you seen
Yes,
that
because
video?
you could do a lot with it. It's very versatile.
It's like a watermelon, but it grows be super big and dense and heavy in weight and has
pods.
protein and can solve a lot of the world's hunger problem, but don't
people
taste
don't want
that good.
people want to do it. It does.
People
If you can make it
Yeah,
good.
I've had some good jackfruit tacos, but
I've had jackfruit curry, jackfruit tacos.
it actually, when done right, I had it done right and I had it done wrong. Done wrong, obviously, I was like, "Ugh, get this shit out of here. You know, I want some fucking
Some
carnitas, bro. Like,
carnitas,
this
bro.
is some
Yeah, so
jackfruit bullshit.
what you do with jackfruit, you can make like they do like a jackfruit carnitas kind of thing.
And when done right,
Pulled pork.
oh,
kind of
it's
thing.
so good.
Yeah.
And then when done wrong by the demo guy at Trader Joe's, sample booth guy, I'm like,
sample
get
booth
the
guy?
fuck out of here. Get out of here with that jackfruit caca.
So you guys bring in people for that for Trader Joe's, or do you guys
From?
So the sample guys,
Oh, he's an employee.
those
Yeah.
are employees. So do you
Yeah.
guys have to get trained on that, or they just
They go
like-
through extra shit and culinary health inspector, right?
Yeah, one person in the store has to be certified as like a health food service worker.
Did you work at Trader Joe's too?
I do currently, yeah.
Oh wow, okay, right on.
Yeah, that's how I got my producer, man.
Oh, from Trader
the
Joe's.
produce
I interviewed from to work at Trader Joe's, and they didn't call me back.
That's right.
I did the. I went to the one on La Brea and Third when I first moved to LA.
Yeah.
They had me take that silly math test in the back.
That must have been a while ago.
Yeah, this was like 2005.
Okay.
So I take the math test in the back, and then they never called me back. I thought I got the answers right.
They don't even have that anymore.
Oh, they don't have the math test?
No.
Yeah. Back in the day, you had to have a little wits about you. Now they let any dum-dum in.
Who's the person that's been working at Trader Joe's the longest? Is that like...
Oh, there's 35, 40-year people. It's
Yeah,
in the
there's-
bulletin.
There's some guy at the main office that's been there since the 60s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Trader Joe's is just Aldi, right? From Germany.
It is now. It didn't start off that way.
Oh, I thought it was
Aldi
Aldi
bottom
North,
up.
Aldi South. And then when they came here, they just changed
It was Joe Cullum in Pasadena, and it started as a convenience store selling ammunition and pantyhose and cheese. And then 7-Eleven was coming to town, and they're like, it was like more like a 7-Eleven. They're like, fuck, we got to change it up. And then they became like a specialty food store. And
I feel like we've talked about this before.
I have a lot of info. I did a decade, man. Oh, I made the bulletin. Everyone's like all proud, like congratulations. I was like, oh no, man, like
10 years. At one place.
it's crazy, man.
Do you guys get stock options?
I wish it's not public.
It's not public.
I would have for sure.
Good 401k, though.
Do they match 1 for 1?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope. How long you been there?
Almost 12 years.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, you
you're
beat
OG.
me now.
Yeah.
We gotta have this podcast blow up so we can get you fired.
Get you fired.
Hey,
Yeah.
fans, share this shit. Come on, man.
No.
What? You don't want to
I
get
mean,
fired?
yeah, I'll get fired. That's fine.
We gotta make you full time.
Full-time producer.
Yeah, make them make more money from this than the
Producer.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't really go to Trader Joe's growing up because I don't think there was many in Michigan. But yeah, coming out here when I lived downtown, like I would go all the way from downtown to the Trader Joe's on Third because there was no grocery stores downtown when I lived downtown. Downtown was like a ghost town.
Back in the day, downtown was
Yeah, you didn't go.
it's still scary, but like back, I felt like it was way worse. wasn't it?
2005 when I lived downtown, only thing that was down there was the Staples Center, and they were just building LA Live, and nothing was open. So
Yeah.
after 5 o'clock, it became like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I remember that when I was little, going downtown to Alvera Street with my family, and then this like after night, it was like, oh, like what is this place? Not that Skid Row isn't fucking
It's still
insane
that. It's still that.
now,
But it's
now
concentrated in one area.
and now it's mixed in. It's gentrified. They
Yeah, big
got
time.
businesses
Yeah.
and
Lofts.
coffee shops of hand pour.
Hand pour.
Give me the Folgers, bitch.
You're not a coffee snob.
Nah.
So when you became sober, like, did coffee become your thing?
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't pick up cigarettes because I know a lot of people that become sober, they pick up
I pick
coffee
up
and cigarettes.
Snacks. I pick up
Snacks?
the sweets.
Hey, whatever, man. So what was like your go-to thing to do? Was it coffee after you became sober?
Oh yeah. Oh, so much.
Okay.
To the eyes twitch.
Did I switch?
Yeah.
Like this? You get
Oh,
that
yeah.
shaky thing?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I have it every morning. I was never a coffee drinker, but then I think as you get older, you start to appreciate it a little more.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee snob, but I do appreciate good coffee. Like, I don't like Starbucks. Everyone's right. It tastes fucking burnt. It tastes burnt. But I just like a high quality diner, like just a smooth, normal coffee. I don't want your fucking fruits, and I don't want that super dark, strong shit. Just like a nice.
You want like a coffee that's been sitting out like 12 to 14 hours.
maybe I don't want stale
And
coffee, bro.
And it could be decaf.
Yeah.
It could be.
I just want a nice, normal coffee. Like, what happened to that? They get all this
How do
fancy
you
shit.
just drink it black?
No, I have a problem. I like sugar and cream, and I actually just found sweet cream, a new item at Trader Joe's, and it's been making me fart, bro.
Sweet cream?
Yeah,
It's not real creamer,
it's just super sweet cream,
Okay.
like a thick sugar.
but it's real milk.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
it's like
bro.
it's like whipped cream but liquid form.
liquid and with sugar.
Oh, okay.
Like extra sugar, like
wow.
sweet.
Yeah.
I have been shooting heat-seeking missiles out
Oh,
the
wow.
back. Like where I love farts and I think they're funny, and now like I'm even like,
Farts are always funny.
not these, man. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it's the
It's one of
apology
those,
ones.
It's one of those you make yourself gag like, oh
Yeah.
golly.
Like I started working out and I did one. I had to go outside, and it still kind of trailed me back in. I was like,
Yeah, we call it-
I'm sorry.
We call those a tip of the doo doo fart. 'Cause your farts always stink when you got a tip of the. You got a
They-
fart.
they
it's
got-
right there. It's like it's like, oh man, that's a tip of the doo doo fart.
They got to go through the grapevine to
Yeah,
get out of that turd, you know?
I don't know why farts are so funny, but it is. It's a very.
They're so
thing,
funny.
Yeah, I remember when I realized girls farted. That was like
That's crazy.
crazy to me.
I always knew that. I have two older sisters and a big booty mama that farts like a motherfucker. So I always.
But I mean, I understood that my mom fart, but like other girls,
Oh yeah,
It's like-
girls you date. You're like,
like if a girl farted in front of you,
I heard that quack.
I don't think I've ever had a girl fart in front of me, like a girl that I dated. Like my old roommate would fart all the time. She would just let it go.
Nice.
And we made it into like a game. Where we were like, you hear those elephants? Some trumpets playing, and then you just start farting.
Yeah, I'd say almost every single girl I've ever dated hid farts in front of me. I definitely smelt a fart that they tried to hide. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, if they're sleeping, the sleep farts have happened, but never like, hey, you hear that?
Yeah.
Like that would be hilarious. But I mean, that goes back to like years and years of women being told that they have to be proper. And shit.
Yeah.
Like that comes from all that.
I'm like, let it rip, man.
Yeah, let it go, bro.
Make me love you more.
Yeah, my mom farted in front of my brother's girlfriend, and I remember that her face was like, and my mom was like, "Hey, it's better outside than inside." Shit, gotta let it go, bro.
Better out than any. Yeah, my mom quacks all day, all night, man. She just be quacking out that ass and just fucking farting, bro.
Let it go, bro.
Rippers.
I was waiting for someone to be like,
I got something brewing, but I don't know. It's a small room.
Sweet cream, yeah, yeah.
Who was I farting in front of on the podcast? I was like, oh, it was probably JT, where it smelled real bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake.
I wish. But yeah, JT's my John Parr. JT Parr.
I don't know him. Oh, John Parr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does the chat thing. He's
Yeah.
chatting. What is it? Chatting.
Chad and JT.
Okay, right on. Yeah.
Yeah, I've let some rippers in front
Yeah,
of
no,
me.
I know those guys for a long time. They took off, bro.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's awesome.
All you guys are taking off, man. Big
We're all
timer, man.
taking off. It's time. Dues paid. Dues paid. I just need to one more little fart.
Yeah.
One more.
One more little glimpse. One little window to open.
I feel like so many of us are just on the cusp.
Yeah, it's a funny thing to see people you started comedy with starting to like really get shit. And like, I've been in LA for 15 years, and like it's weird for me to see like my old roommate like starred in her own TV show.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah,
though?
yeah, it is. It's cool. Like, this is a billboard. This motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you used to leave your shoes everywhere. Like,
you used to fart in front
I
of
know.
me. You quacked on my arm.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy. How long you been doing stand up? Like 8 years, 9 years?
It's like 9. Yeah, like 9 years.
Yeah.
Because I started like writing jokes in like 2011, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, and then I was like, the end of the year you do like a goals for the year to come. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna do these goals, and it was like 3 minutes at an open mic. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
For 2012, and I was talking to my mother about it, and she was like, oh well, I never really thought you were a funny person, and I was like, oh well, okay. And then she's like, well, you should see if they have a class, and I was like, class? They have a stand-up comedian class? And I googled it.
They
of
do.
course,
They do.
there's
So
like
many.
there's a million.
So many.
There's a million in Los Angeles. It's like, who knew?
Yeah.
Like, who knew this was a thing? Because when I first moved here, I lived with this woman who worked as a cocktail waitress at the Comedy Union. So I didn't have any friends or anything. So I would just go down there. She's like, "Oh, you want to come check it out?" And I would go down there to the Comedy Union and I would watch all the comedians, so like Kevin Hart and Rodney Jenkins. It was just like all these Mark Curry, like all these comedians that I would see
love Mark Curry
on TV, and it was like, wow, these guys are here. And never would I thought like, oh, I could do that. Like I performed my whole life. I was an actor. I did theater like since I was like 6 years old. But I never looked at that and was like, oh, I could do that. But I was intrigued by it. So I looked at the class, and my mother was like, all right, yeah, I'll get you the class for your birthday. So
Nice.
For my birthday, I took the class. And the only reason I picked the class that I did is because our final performance was at the Improv. And I just knew that was like
Which
a big
class?
deal. It's called LA Stand-Ups.
I did a class too, and my dad paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
I got old curmudgeon. I was like, come on, man, you fucked me up, now pay for me. And he did. Thank you, daddy.
Or you were one of Jerry's kids, is what they call him?
I was. He was later though. So I first went to Greg Dean, but I didn't really. Not that it served its purpose, but Jerry Katzman absolutely helped me a lot more and molded me. So if you are listening to this, and a lot of comics shit on stand-up classes, and I just say they could go fuck themselves. They helped tremendously.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't like the guy that taught my class. He wasn't a stand-up comedian. He just knew comedy, and he worked as a comedy manager. And it helped me because it gave me deadlines for things.
Yeah,
that I knew that I wouldn't have done outside of the class.
It forced me into the fire that I never would have done. And then
yeah.
Greg Dean's stand-up class with a showcase was at the Comedy Store.
Mm-hmm.
So my first show ever was in the belly room at the Comedy Store. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And he was cool, but Jerry Katzman absolutely really helped mold me. And because I was so stoned every class, and like I just went up there and winged it. You know, that's not how it's hard.
That's not how stand-up works, but
No.
that's how stand-up should look.
Yes. And then Jerry was like, well, you need to talk about you and your life and your real life instead of trying to write jokes. And that's when it really hit close to home. And I was always taking improv classes at Second City and UCB because I was terrified of stand-up.
Yes, I am.
And then when I met you like 8 years ago, that's when I really started. I was like, that's it. I'm a stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, I got to stop pussyfooting around.
Yeah, it was interesting because I came from a base of doing acting, and I moved out here to pursue acting. And like 2 years in, I booked a McDonald's national commercial. Yeah. So I was like, this is going to be my life. I'm a commercial. But then nothing. And then I started this theater company, and that was going really well. But then people in Los Angeles, they'll tell you like, oh yeah, I'm into this. And then they get bored. And then like no one's going to love your baby like you love your baby. So that ended up folding. And I just needed something to be creative because I felt like I was not being creative. And I went to this commercial audition, and there was like 12 dudes that looked exactly like me. And I was like, this is not art.
Yeah.
This is not art. And the thing I love about comedy is something can happen in your life and you can go on stage and talk about it like that day, that night, and you get that instant gratification from the audience.
And you can make it hilarious.
Yeah, and then
You can make a horrible event hilarious.
Yeah, and that was a thing that I learned in the class where I was in a situation where I was like a secret to the girl that I was dating, to her family, because she's Indian and her family's Indian, and they were very racist. So that I was like a secret to her family. So I was telling the guy about this in the class, the teacher, and I was like, yeah, these are things I can't really talk about on stage. He goes, no.
That's
those are
perfect.
the things. Yeah, he's like, those are the things you talk about on stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, well,
That's
she doesn't
all-
want me to
that's
do. He
my
goes,
whole work.
no. This is the comedy here. This is where you find the comedy and the sadness. And that's, I think, what makes the really good comics great comics, when you can find the humor in the sadness. You can make a joke about being on fire.
Yeah.
Smoking crack and being on a fire. Or,
That's my favorite bit.
It's
I
like,
think it's my favorite.
motherfuckers was in the match running down the street like Richard Pryor running down the street.
When he says, and my friends that know me best know that late at night I like to have a little milk and cookies. He goes, and I bought that non-fat fucking white people shit, and
Yeah.
I dipped that cookie in, you know, poof.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then he shot the car. It was my car. You should be able to shoot your own car.
It's true. It's true.
So yeah, like guys like Richard, which is I feel like I don't really appreciate as good as I think he is. Don't think I appreciate how great.
We
He
talked about
is-
this in the car ride to Vegas, right?
Because it was a different time, and the things that he was doing was so groundbreaking that now we don't realize how great it was. Even though I think he's great, I don't realize how great he was for the time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I just grew up on his movies, and thank God my parents loved him. And then I just was exposed to him at a very young age. And then I got into stand-up. And then, I just had his, I bought his little box set, and I just listened to it on repeat. And it's probably why I love storytelling so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he's just the man. I still laugh at it to this day. I mean,
That's great jokes. That's a great joke.
Yeah.
You can always laugh at it.
it's just like 40, 50-year-old bits, and I'm still dying.
Yeah, there's jokes that I have that I've told, and people who know the jokes, and they're like, "Hey, can you tell that joke?" And I'm like, I asked you to do jokes because it's like when it's a good joke, you know it's coming, but it's still funny.
Yeah. You requested in my body.
In my body, like that's how I like.
I
where the
don't-
drugs at in my body
I don't get sick of that joke
because it's funny.
because it's funny and it like really happened. Like I threw firecrackers at police on horses.
Yeah.
Come on, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I have a couple jokes that I can always find moments where like I tell a story when I first drank alcohol and I got drunk off of Mad Dog 2020 and
You know it's called
Plastic-
MD 2020?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
no, but it's a name. It's a name. It's like something. It's two names.
I called it Mad Dog 2020 for 20 years.
We call it Mad Dog 20, but
it's actually not called that. And
no,
it
it's
blew
a name.
my mind.
It's a name. It's two names.
It's Maryland 2020.
It's something. No, it's like we could Google it. But yeah, I drank that
You're
and
going to Google
and plastic bottle gin, and I got drunk, and I don't remember the first time drinking and getting blacked out. But I end up pocket dialing my grandmother and talk to her on her answer machine about how much I love eating pussy. And so those moments will never go
It's
away.
a good bit.
Yeah, like-
That's a good
And,
bit.
you know, and she called me the next day. It was like, "Yo, you were on my answer machine,
Yeah.
talking about how much you love eating pussy." And I was like, "Oh my god, I was so embarrassed." You know, it's like,
Yo,
God.
grandma, here's the reason
I know,
why.
I know. And I couldn't even say it was me because I was like giving like so much details about my life. I might as well be like, and my social security number is. So, you know, I couldn't even lie. I could be like, oh, that was my friends. Like it was definitely
Whoopsie.
me. Yeah, my mother was on the phone call. That's like, oh yeah, what is it?
Mogan David.
Yeah, Mogan David.
Oh, okay.
Mogan David.
I called it Mad Dog.
We
for
called it Mad Dog
22
2020
years.
because that's my uncle. He would drink Mad Dog. He would drink Ripple. He would drink Wild Irish Rose.
Yeah.
And it was Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm.
Yeah,
Oh
Boone's
my
Farm.
God.
That's that
Basically, he drank Hangover City.
That rut gut, man.
Hangover. Yeah, I remember getting shit faced and like just being an asshole at my family's house, breaking bottles and shit. And then my aunt had to take me home. My buddy had to chase me down. I ran away on a skateboard and was pedaling, and I hit the back of a pickup and just flipped over into it. Then they put me in my aunt's car, and I was like, hey Norma, I got so much marijuana, like you don't even know.
Oh, wow.
I got a pound of marijuana. You know how much that is? My buddy Travis is like, why are you telling her this? And I'm like, I got so much dope, because they're square ladies. They think it's the devil. And I was like,
You're a wild boy, man.
I've been selling drugs out grandma's house.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Norma?
See, you get drunk and you Walter White. I would get drunk and I would just like, I get drunk and fall into like I remember one time New Year's Eve, maybe the drunkest I've been. They had this club that we were at. They had their glass doors, but their glass doors were open the whole night. But at the end of the night, they decided to close them. So my drunk ass, I was still in toilet paper. I was stealing toilet paper. So I was trying to escape. Like,
Why are you stealing
I don't
toilet
know. I was drunk, man. You just talked about telling your aunt you moving weight. and you're judging me for stealing toilet paper.
Yeah.
So like when it's there, because it's like, fuck, all this toilet paper is there. So I'm stealing the toilet paper and I'm trying to sneak out. And they had closed the glass doors. I just ran right into it and passed out. And then like the toilet paper flew in the air. And I just see everybody in slow motion like, is this motherfucker stealing toilet paper? Because I can see like I'm falling. And it wasn't like 3 rows. It was like 6 rows. So that means I went to multiple stalls. And it was like and it wasn't like regular rows. It was like the big industrial rows. So like I was getting out and I remember being drunk. And it just flew in the air.
Oh shit!
And all my friends was like, "Why are you still in toilet paper?" And I was like, "Oh no, like I need a toilet paper."
This is pre-pandemic too.
Yeah.
There was no shortage.
And then I just started crying.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do all sorts of weird shit like that. I remember stealing a bag of towels from like a restaurant drunk. Stealing chicken tenders out like the food bay where they go ding, orders up, and I was coked up. You know you're cokehead when you eat chicken tenders high on coke, because I was on Yay and I was stealing chicken tenders and I got kicked out. I was the Brennan's, the Turtle Racer place.
Turtle Racer
on
place.
Lincoln.
Yeah. A lot of sad comedy there.
Yeah, I did Shannon McLondon's show there,
Yeah.
and I was like, last time I was here, I got kicked out for stealing chicken tenders, coked up, just lots of bad stuff, just weird stuff.
But you're sober now.
Yeah, I'm sober now. I'm sober now.
I'm sober now.
I've told the story a bunch, but it's so funny. I was wetting at Union Cattle in Hermosa Beach. It's changed names many times over, but it was a 2-story bar. They had a top deck and a bottom deck, and on the top floor they had bathrooms, and I'd go in and I'd wet toilet paper and make all these giant spitballs, and I'd throw them down at people dancing.
Oh,
They
wow.
just go whack.
Oh wow.
I was just fucking laughing,
Oh,
bro.
I thought you were gonna say, because we used to do that in middle school and we just throw it all on the ceiling.
Nah, man, I want to hit.
You
I
wanna
want to
hit
hit a
people?
dude dancing with a
Oh,
girl
man.
like, eh, oh. It was so funny, and I got kicked out. That's I told that story. I got in a couple fights, but anyways, I used to always get a little gumballs. This is bad. I shouldn't tell this story, but I'd take a
You gotta tell it now.
little tidbits of gum and I'd flick it in people's hair. I'm like,
Oh wow, you were the devil, man. Good thing you got sober, bro. You out here causing confusion, man. You lucky to be alive, man.
just little bits of neon blue winter fresh and
Yeah.
little
Just
you just see it sparkle in the night light. And I was
Just
like,
making
"Ah."
somebody a little bit uncomfortable.
And then-
Because you might not even see the payoff for that.
No,
but the
I
fact
never
that
would.
you know that it's
Strangers.
there. Yeah.
Strangers.
Yeah. The fact
Strangers.
that you know that later on
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, how the fuck did I get this gum in my hair? And you're gonna be like, it was me, Shaggy.
I did it. And so then I would
Winter
do
Fresh
it.
Assassin.
Sometimes I get shit faced and Winter Fresh Assassin. Sometimes I get shit faced. I do it to the homies. My homie Brandon, he got big dick, and he
Big Dick Brandon, that goes to
and then but I gave him the whole wad. Normally it was just a little speck for the strangers, but I gave the homie the whole wad, and he was like, later he found it.
And he knew it was you.
He was like, "You fucking threw gum in my hair," and I
Yeah.
denied it to the day. I never admitted to it till right now. I was
then
like,
he
"No, dog, I wasn't me, bro," and he knew it was me. I was like, "It wasn't me," and I would not admit to it.
And now you did.
And
you
I
had a
just
break.
did.
You had a breakthrough. So
He
Big
moved
Dick
away to
Brandon.
another state, big dick, so we can't. We used to fight a lot.
Is that how you realized he had a big dick?
No, I just pissed next to him and looked. I was
Okay.
like, "What the hell? That's a big. You're too skinny for that.
Yeah.
You're too. He's a tiny guy."
Anytime you see a penis, you're always surprised. No matter what. I've never seen another penis and I'm like, oh, I'm always surprised. It's always a shock.
Yeah.
Even at the gym when I know it's gonna be an old Asian man's penis around.
That's old balls.
Yeah,
old balls.
Just so you sit down and
Oh.
then when you see the big balls, you're like, okay, where's you have to see if there's
That's a
you don't
thing.
see
Why
the
did they
dick.
sag so low?
I don't
That's
know.
a real thing.
Like
They
saggy
can't-
balls?
Yeah, I saw him at the Y. It's a
You
T. It's
just
a
tell
teen.
how old they are.
And it's just me and my.
You would think they would get lighter because there's less testosterone.
No, they stretch, bro. I was like, what are you tying rocks to those suckers?
Yeah, big balls don't really do anything.
Yeah, gross.
Like everyone was like, "Hey, you got a big ball." Like, who wants just big balls? Like, you can't even do anything with the
No
balls.
girl's like, oh, I
They
love
this.
nuts.
Yeah, like
Oh.
I don't even know why it's like got some big cojones. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck does that even mean? Like,
It's annoying.
I know it's so like. No
They get
girl's
in the
like,
way.
did you see the nuts on that guy? Oh my god!
Wow.
It's not big nuts energy. Like, no one has ever said that.
Yeah, I have you heard this story? They call Biggie Smalls, Notorious Big. The reason he got his nickname Biggie Smalls because he had a big dick and small balls.
Oh, I
Is
didn't hear
that-
that. I didn't hear that.
Is that an urban legend?
I don't know.
Help me out, Googles.
Okay, Google.
I don't know. It's just Christopher Lund, everybody, on the ones and twos. His name is not Googles. I
Biggie
was.
Smalls, big dick, small balls.
Oh man, I was a shithead, dude. That shit's funny. I didn't have comedy yet. I cannot. You need to find your thing because pre-comedy, I was searching, for that,
something.
For something.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, so I was a shithead. I'd jump off roofs. I'd fucking do backflips off walls. I'm not Chappelle Lacey. I can't do backflips. I land on my head and neck a lot. I'm surprised.
Have you ever done a backflip?
Off a wall, high on cocaine, and landed on my neck.
Oh wow, okay.
One time I landed it like on my toes and shins where I was this close. But no, I have not. And on a trampoline, yeah. That
everyone
doesn't count.
always says.
Is it true?
It doesn't say. It just says it was the name of a fictional gangster in the 1975 film Let's Do It Again, and also it was his childhood nickname that was because of his stature.
Because he was biggie, but he was
Because he was
small.
heavy. He was like 300 to 380.
All right, maybe it's an urban legend we made up in middle
Let's
school.
do it again. Is that Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier?
What's that?
The movie Let's Do It Again. Is that Bill Cosby? Is that a Bill Cosby movie?
Sidney Poitier. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
I watched that with my mama.
It was a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Lilies of the Field.
Yeah, he was a brilliant actor.
What else? In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah.
They call me Mr. Tits. The funniest shit is when he smacked that racist. Oh, that was so. That's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
For a black man to be smacking.
Yeah, he
a
broke
white dude on
barriers for
TV. Yeah,
sure.
broke barriers. I love Sidney Poitier. I was gonna say R.I.P., but I'm pretty sure he's alive still. He's
Yeah.
89. I think.
He's like OG. He's still doing it, man. He's still. What a career.
He's 93.
93.
Whoa.
Wow, kicking. Sidney Poitier.
What else, man? I'm trying to think of all the fucked up shit I did.
Yeah, I was never really into doing crazy shit because I was so afraid of getting in trouble.
I welcomed it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I was become so used to it to where if I wasn't in trouble, I liked it.
So how many siblings do you have? It's you and your two sisters?
older sisters.
Okay, so you're the baby.
Yes.
So that in itself, you can get away with a little more. So you have that bump.
Yes. And I was always found guilty because I was guilty of it 90% of the time. The other 10%, it was me anyway. So I was like, well, I might as well double down.
Yeah, you might as well double down. So were your parents? Were they disciplined? Like were they disciplinarians? Who was a disciplinarian?
No. Well, my dad will whoop my ass, but it was like never for the
Right
warranted
reasons.
right
So
reason.
it was gratuitous.
It was just like when he was mad.
Okay, so yeah,
It wasn't like, oh, I got suspended from school. He'd be like,
like I had a bad
I
day.
did too, you know?
Yeah, I had a bad day.
And my
so
mom
we're
was
all gonna have a bad
no
day.
discipline. I just
Okay.
ran amok.
All right.
Ran a fucking muck. She'd count to 3. I was like, you're never going to get there. And when you do, nothing happens.
Okay.
So,
you
I'm
had
going to be a
so you-
shithead.
So you had no real natural consequences.
No, and
So-
that's not healthy.
Yeah,
guys.
it's not. It's not, especially
Bad.
for a younger child, because you have certain things that come with that, and then being as strong-headed and strong-willed as you were, so you were pretty much ruthless. You're lucky to be alive.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
should be dead.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
done an episode on that.
I should be dead.
I should be dead 50 times over.
So yeah, for me, I was the other way around. So I grew up in a household with my mom was the disciplinarian, so she did not take any shit. And my dad, all he had to do was yell to for us to get back in order. Like my dad drank a bit, but he never was like have a bad day at work and then we have a bad day. But there are certain rules, so like I couldn't bring C's into the house. So like no C's. And then for me, I was always a good student, but I always played around because I liked the attention from the girls. Like once I realized like you can get attention from girls, I would always play around. So I would get my work done and then act a fool. So they used to want to have to keep me back because I was immature. But then I was like, well, I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
And my mom was
I
like,
passed my class.
He's doing all the work. You're not going to keep him back.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's immature. Like, no.
No, he just likes to make girls laugh.
Yeah. So
And farts are funny.
Yeah, farts are funny. And so yeah, in school I had to always, but I was always lazy in school because my thing was, if I could not work and get a B, why work hard and get an A?
Absolutely.
Like
the country needs to pay attention to this.
It didn't make sense to me.
Bye.
I mean, now I wish I would have taken high school a little bit serious, but it all.
Why? You're a comedian. It don't matter how much college
I know, exactly,
you get.
But it ended up.
Ain't no college for comedy.
It didn't work. It ended up working out for me, but yeah, it was just never. I was always afraid. Like I was talking to my friend about this. So like I didn't smoke weed in high school, but like some of the neighborhood kids, and I was always older than them, they smoked weed. So I knew a guy that would get weed, and I was like, "Where do you get your weed from?" Because I want to like be the person for my friends to get weed. And he was like, "Oh well, you just go to this house, you put the money in, and then the weed comes out." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we got to go to this house." I like freaked out. I'm in my mom's minivan.
That's some trap house weed. Well, you're in another state. I was in California.
I'm in Detroit. So
okay, yeah.
So you go to this house. The neighborhood's not good. You go to the house. I'm in my mom's car. This is like I'm stupid. Like I could have got caught. You go put your money. You put your money into the mail chute. The guy gives you the weed. He can give you whatever amount of weed he wants to give you. Because what are you gonna do if he shorts you? And I don't know anything about weed, so he could have shorted me, whatever. Yeah. But all my friends were like, "Oh yeah, you got." It was probably like shitty weed with seeds, but it was like I was risking my life to be cool in front of my friends. But other than that, like I was always like I was so afraid of getting in trouble. That's why I didn't drink.
Fucking trap house weed.
Yeah, that's
man.
why I didn't drink till I was 20.
God bless California.
I didn't drink till I was 21.
Dude,
I was afraid.
I was so lucky. My introduction to weed was just skunk OG sticky icky kush. So just the top of the line. Chronic. It was too strong though. I remember the first time getting high, I was like hallucinating. I don't know if I was, but I was tripping to where I would like say like to my homies like, "Hey, did this happen?" They're like, "No." I was like, "Damn, like was that shit laced? Like what the fuck?"
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because I had cousins that smoked weed. My dad smoked weed, and him and his brother would go in the basement and then go to the room and you smell it. And I'm like, you know, as a kid you don't know what it is, so I was like, what's that smell? And I remember my mom was like, oh yeah, he's just taking his medicine. And as a kid I was like, God damn it, my dad must be sick because he's always taking his medicine. He's always taking his medicine. But now it's so comical, bro. Or like, I just went to a store and bought stuff. Like that is so hilarious.
Yeah.
And like with my credit card, like I've like in my lifetime, I've gone from
a trap
house to a person I never saw, putting it on my credit card
to paying interest on a gram of weed.
Taxes.
That's so crazy.
It is insane. It's insane to me.
Because it was illegal in California too, but not like in other states. It was like a ticket illegal. You would go to jail, but you had to have weight.
Yeah, there's people doing years and years in prison for marijuana.
It's fucked up.
And I feel like all those people need to be released.
Absolutely. Yesterday, they need to be released.
Yeah, just all need to be released.
Let them go.
Yeah.
No paperwork. Open the gate.
Just open the gate.
It's that beep.
Let them go. Let them vote, bro.
Weed offender. Number 332. Beep.
Have you ever been in jail?
Yes. Yes, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's very cold. They take your shoes and they give you a wool blanket and it's all itchy and you're like, oh. And you cry and the lady give you a little juice box and a little hot egg sandwich.
Hot egg sandwich?
She feels bad for you.
Yeah.
They give you a book, and I'm like, I don't read. How about a clock? I don't know what time it is. How long I've been in here? There's nothing like.
What's the longest you've been in jail?
Oh no, my mama bails me out.
Okay.
I just went 3 days
3 days for what?
total, just overnight, just days.
Overnight. Okay.
3 times 3 days.
Yeah, I have a really big. I don't know what it's probably it has a name. All phobias have a name. I have a go to jail phobia. Like I have a prison phobia.
I never did any time whatsoever. Thank you to my mom for bailing me out and good lawyers. When they shut that fucking door, there's no gut wrenching, sickening feeling. You're like, oh, I'm not free.
Yeah.
Like I have nothing in here but my thoughts. I have nothing. They take everything from you, except you sneak a little drugs in your nutsack. You know, I snuck a bunch of
big nuts.
Yeah, big nuts.
That's what big nuts are for, to sneak drugs.
I snuck Oxycontins into jail, and they didn't get me for that. And then I was pulled them out of my boxer briefs, and
you snuck them between your nuts.
Yeah, because the cops are chasing me, and I was like, and I didn't. If you have that, that's the narcotics. You get charged. So I just fucking stuffed them, and I put them under my nut flap, and they didn't find them, and now I'm in jail, and I fucking laying in the cot all drunk with the scab on my forehead because they beat me up a little bit. That's what happens when you run.
I never had that experience.
Oh yeah, I always reference you many times on this podcast where I don't know if it's a bit or if you just told it as a story, but you were saying how like your homie is white and he's like, I get harassed by the cops too, and you're like, but you're a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You're a criminal. I'm a school teacher. A school teacher shouldn't be harassed as much as a criminal.
So yeah, my friend, we always talk about privilege and stuff, and like I grew up pretty privileged. Both my parents are college educated. They work jobs and 401ks, and we grew up. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but it was definitely in my hand. So I never really had any issues other than like with the cops. And I had a gun pulled on me when I was 16. And I have another friend who's a white guy, and he was like, "Hey man, you grew up more privileged than me. You can't do this. Like I've had more issues with the cops than you. I did something." And then I said, like, yeah, but you and your friends were doing criminal activities.
You're like fucking criminal,
you're criminals.
Bro.
They're like, you guys were robbing and stealing and selling drugs, and the cops would fuck with you.
You're like, I was driving to Blockbuster Video.
I know.
I was trying to rent a movie and get popcorn. And
that's literally what it was.
I don't know if you do that on stage.
I don't. I haven't.
You need
really
to, because that shit is brilliant, and it is so true. And it's what, like, I try to explain that to some fans on the internet, and just be on the right side of history, and then everyone starts talking shit. And it's usually like, no, like they needed, and it's always the white person. Yeah. It's like, that's the whole point. You don't
understand.
No.
Yeah, you don't understand.
You
like
don't,
if I can't see that this is happening. Yes, of course you can't see that this is happening.
Yeah,
it's like me
that's
saying
what was
like
frustrating. That, and I'm not even a person of color, but I have, I'm half Mexican. And a lot of my family are brown, like Cuban brown, and they get harassed. And I saw it, and I know I passed as white boy, and I know I've been harassed as the cop, but I also was a criminal, and I understood. I understood. I was like, oh, I'm selling drugs.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
It was so funny, man. I went to a historically black college in Tallahassee called Florida A&M University, but we also have Florida State there, so it's a major college town, and I was going down by my school. I probably wasn't even a mile away. Police flagged me. He said I was going, 5 miles over, and he got me out the car. And first off, like everyone's like, "Why'd you get out the car?" I'm like, "Cause the motherfucker told me to get out the car." Like I'm like 18 years old. I'm afraid because every time I see a police officer, I assume they're gonna fuck with me. Like that will be my life forever. Whenever I see a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop, there's a cop. Even coming down here, I wasn't even doing anything. I was like, there's a cop. I always know where the police are.
I have the same thing, but it is from a decade of criminal activity. I'm like, and then I go, oh, I don't have anything.
Yeah, and I've never had anything. So this cop pulls me over, and he's talking to me, and then another cop shows up. I'm like, what the fuck? Another cop goes, oh no, you're not a big criminal. I just got to pay some paperwork to him. And I was like, oh, okay. So the cop's talking to me. He's interviewing me. Now I have out of state tags, and I'm in a college town. He goes, oh, Michigan. What are you doing here in Tallahassee? I'm like, are you fucking serious?
The college. The college.
You could see the welcome to Florida A&M sign. And I'm like, are you I want to be like...
It's a black college.
Yeah,
I'm a black guy.
Yes.
College.
Yeah. Even if
Come on, Sherlock.
Yes. There's 2 major universities and a community college that has 50,000 people.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing here in Tallahassee? I was like, I'm going to school.
Yeah.
Like that's...
You see the
I
math
know.
book on my fucking seat.
Oh my God. That was just so frustrating to me.
It's so crazy.
And I was like, Or like I got pulled over once and my friend had this BMW. It was like a 1993 BMW. But he took care of it because it was like his first car. And we're driving through. And the police pulls us over. It's like, where you guys coming from? We're like, we were at the club. What were you doing there? Trying to get laid?
Yeah.
Like, they asked like such stupid questions.
What were you doing at McDonald's? Getting food. Getting food. It's crazy.
Yeah, we have a police problem, and I know people don't understand it, but my biggest issue with people is the All Lives Matter people are the same as the Blue Lives Matter people, and you can't be both. You can't say All Lives Matter and then say Blue Lives Matter, because the only difference is when people say Black Lives Matter, because there's not 2 different things. They're not an All Lives Matter and a Blue Lives Matter. You're usually in that same circle, and that is so problematic because I saw a bumper sticker at my gym yesterday where it was a lady. She had on, if this flag's offend you, I'll help you pack, with an American flag. And to me, that is so offensive that she has that. Like, but then she also had a Blue Lives Matter flag. And if you know anything about flag code, that is so disrespectful to the flag. That is so offensive to the flag to make it into something else. And it was like, you're just idiots. It's like, you're so idiotic. And I went on a rant on Instagram about it, but it's just so.
Everyone will just twist everything to their own ideology or whatever the fuck. It's just...
I bought an American flag last week, and because I was like, I shouldn't see an American flag and assume the worst in somebody, but it's always the person that has an American flag that says the worst things. And I'm happy to be an American. I love America. I don't like America sometimes.
Yeah.
Which
I get it, man. I totally get it.
I would not want to live anywhere else.
No. And it's just crazy. It's so crazy that it's 2020 and there's just still so much injustice. It's like and not even that America tends to not even acknowledge that it has a problem.
Yeah.
Like Brian Simpson's bit, he's like, America, I'm going to fuck it up, but it's on Comedy Central late night with David Spade, Lights Out. And he says, like, America's treats racism like herpes, where they're like, every now and then it'll flare up, and everybody's like, nah, I don't got it, you know? And it's so true. It's like, what do you mean? Somebody's got it. It's these protests just don't happen for no fucking reason.
And it's always one narrative. It's always one-sided. Like, there's always 2 sides to the rules. So, like, people will post, like, oh, yeah, these Black Lives Matter and Antifa people were terrorizing the Trump people at the Million MAGA March, which should have been called the We Lost by 7 Million MAGA March. But, but they don't show what the MAGA people were doing before. It's always
no, they never. It's all fucked up. I'm sure people are fucking picking fights on both sides, and each side shows only they cherry pick that makes them look good and make them look good, and it's just like, why don't you just let them fight?
Straight up.
Fucking.
No one's trying to take your guns. No one's trying to take your guns. I hate when people say that, like, they're trying to take my gun. Like, no one is trying to. The gun manufacturers say that so you can go buy more guns as a fuck you to everybody.
Works.
It does, like, no one has ever. Because the thing about it is, when you have a gun, Like, you're not gonna blast off. You're gonna kill yourself or your family member. So go fucking do that if you want to do that.
No, you won't.
Yes, that's it. That most people that own guns do.
Yo,
that.
I'm sorry, dude. We ain't in it yet. I have to pee so bad.
Go for it.
I'm a pee-pee boy. All right. And we're back. Pee-pee break.
Pee break.
I drank a lot of water before that mineral water. Oh, my
hydrated.
heavens. We got 20 minutes. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. You got into wedding crashing. You crashed wedding and hit on women. No, I'm just kidding.
That never happens, by the way. But no,
It's a good movie, though, but it is a bit unrealistic.
Yeah, it is really unrealistic. You can't really crash a wedding because you pretty much know who's all going to be there because you're paying for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started doing weddings as a DJ MC probably like 6 or 7 years ago because my friend was selling his DJ equipment, and I was like, oh, I can do this. And then because one of my first jobs working in LA, I worked for an entertainment company as a dancer. So I would do bar mitzvahs and I would dance at bar mitzvahs and stuff. Make like $125 every Saturday.
I did one expensive party dressed as a prince, like Aladdin or some shit. It was like $50 an hour, and I will never do it again.
Yeah, Prince Ali, Fabulous He.
Oh my god.
Ali blah blah.
They're like, go ballroom dance with Belle, and I'm like, what? I don't know how to do this, man.
Craig's Aladdin. So yeah, so I was DJ MC in weddings. I worked for a company, and then I started getting gigs of my own. And this year, a couple was looking for a comedian to officiate their wedding, and but you needed to be ordained. So I was like, yeah, I'm ordained. And then I looked and was like, oh, how do you get ordained? And it's pretty easy to get ordained.
Yeah.
And so I got ordained, and yeah, man, I've been just doing weddings, bro. Like,
dude, that is
officiating weddings.
Talk about a comedian. That is so perfect, because I'll never forget this. I went to my buddy's wedding in Irvine, and he had a great DJ MC. Is just charismatic, and I was like, that guy's good. Like, he got everyone up, everyone dancing, made a few jokes, this and that. And I was like, I want him at my wedding, except I'm never gonna get married. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, a comedian is so perfect for that fucking job. It is just, and as well as, it's sad, but like, where the money in that is probably far superior than money in comedy until you get famous, of course.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's been very good because all the gigs that have not happened, like all the colleges that canceled, so it's able to, because people are still getting married now. They're not having like the big weddings with like the DJ and MCs, because I had like 16 weddings get postponed.
Yeah.
But since I'm an officiant, you always need an officiant
to
marry you if you're gonna have like a ceremony. So I've done a lot of elopements.
And
like,
talk about just like, it sounds silly to say, but the stage presence, like a comedian officiator.
Yeah,
aficionado. What's it called?
Officiant.
Aficionado. That's so perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of scripts to help you, but I try to make it as personal. So I'll interview the couple, and I try to make them feel like I wrote this specifically for them. So I add like elements of how they met, how they ended up here.
Do you try to sneak in jokes?
Well, I make jokes. Yeah, I make jokes. So whenever I'll do the vows, I'll say like, I promise to never watch a Netflix show without your permission. Like,
oh, nice.
Stuff like that. Or
that's such a perfect joke. That probably murders.
Oh, murders,
every
bro.
time.
Murders. I probably never skip ahead and watch a Netflix show without you. Murders. And I'm like,
so funny.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's like, oh my God. And I feel like, so I put that I'm a comedian on my site. So I use a site called Thumbtack, and people get me through there. So I put I'm a comedian there. So when they hire me, they know what they're getting into. So I feel like that's why they hired me. I've had people that not hired me because they were like, oh, well, we looked at your website and we didn't really like this. And
you're like, I'm not going to do Black Lives Matter material at your wedding, bitch. Okay? I'm going to do the job that I'm paid to do.
Yes.
I'm not going to be like, and now you're married. Fuck Trump.
I know. But so, dude, it happened. So I did a wedding. So this couple, they wanted to get married on Halloween, and I was like, okay, I'll get married on Halloween. They're like, you're the perfect person. You're so much fun. Like, we want you to marry us, and we see you DJ. Do you want to DJ as well? And I was like, yeah, I'll DJ too. And boom, they're like, oh, one-stop shop. And they were cool. So they did a shot ski, like as their unity shot, which was, I was like, dope. This is cool. Like, and it was in Riverside. I'm there partying, having a good time. And then there's like this 12-year-old girl. She comes and she's like, hey, can you play this song? And I'm like, yeah, I'll play it. She's like, I like your sticker. And I was like, oh, which one? Because I had a bunch of stickers. And I was like, I hope she doesn't see my like Stewart 2020 make her come again. And I was like, don't say that's the sticker you like. I was like, please don't say that. She goes, no, I like your Biden Harris sticker. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. She goes, Biden Harris. Yeah. She goes, be careful. All these people here are Trump supporters. And I was like,
Yeah, that's
I was like, and the fact that this 12-year-old was like worried about my safety, I was like, come on, are we really at that point where like
It's
we
so
can't coexist?
I know, that's
together?
the part
like I'm
that-
just playing music.
I've had family that won't speak to each other because one side's Trump, one side's Biden Harris. Regardless of how you vote, it shouldn't matter. It's like, yeah, one guy sucks more, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're still my friend. You're still my cousin. You're still my uncle. You know what I mean? Like, I can't write off my father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah, and my
It's
thing is,
okay.
my thing is like people. What I was like for black people, they're like, oh yeah, it's it doesn't matter if we vote or not. You're just picking the lesser of two evils. And I was like, that's been like that forever.
Yeah.
forever. It's always been the lesser two evils. Specifically, every time I voted, it's been the lesser of two evils.
And people
So what's the difference?
People shitting on Ice Cube and 50. It's like, yo, the hits are hits, guys. I'm still bumping them. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
they're rich.
okay. And it's so divisive, and that's to me the real tragedy. It's like, no matter how you vote, we should still be able to coexist.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh,
People always like, Obama divided this country. I was like, yeah, if you think of Obama divided the country, it's probably because you hated him because you're a racist. Like, people hate Trump because he's a racist. You hated Obama because you're a racist. But also, there's other many reasons to hate Obama. Like,
There's so
don't
many-
let
yeah.
his color of his skin get you.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the only reason you hate him and can't tell me anything else, like, oh, he didn't do anything. Yeah, he did a lot. He killed a lot of Syrians.
He
if
did.
you brought
He
that
did.
up, like, he killed a lot of Syrians. You can't be like, oh, he built those cages. Like, no. If that's the
he
first
invaded
thing,
Lebanon.
Yes,
The drone
he killed
wars in
Gaddafi.
Yemen. I didn't learn about any of this till after.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
because he was
man.
because he was so cool. And
Yeah.
he had to be perfect, because if he wasn't, there would be so, like, imagine if Barack Obama had 3 baby mamas, 5 kids by 3 baby mamas, was flaunting his wealth and everything, and he like found out he had sex with Cherokee the Ass. And you might not know who Cherokee the Ass is, but if Obama fucked her, you definitely would know
Yeah.
who Cherokee the Ass is.
Exactly.
The porn star. So that's like, but he did so many. He did a lot of good things, but if you bring up, like, he didn't do anything, he just did this, he divided the country, and you don't bring up, like, oh yeah, he killed a bunch of people, a lot of drone strikes. If that's not the first thing you say, that means you're coming from a place of hate and not the facts. He did bring the economy back. He came with a shitty economy, but, like, there's so many different reasons to hate Obama. And him being black should not be number one on the list.
Yeah, just say drone wars, and then you're
Yes.
not a racist.
Yeah. He played basketball, so he yelled Kobe when he would do a
He
drone
sung
strike.
that shit, yeah. Kobe. Missile.
Kobe.
Damn.
He annoys me too, but
They all annoy me. That's
Yeah.
why it's like,
they're politicians.
fucking
they
snakes
lie.
are snakes. What
Yeah.
you want?
Don't be mad if the grizzly bear does grizzly bear things.
Yeah. It's snaky shit. Everyone, exactly. You're fighting over 2 snakes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just go stick your dick in the soil. That's what I say.
For Biggie Smalls. And Big Dick Brandon.
We're getting near the end because you got to leave pretty soon
Yeah, I
to
had a
go
wedding to do.
officiate. That's
Yeah, officiate a
awesome.
wedding.
Thanks for coming before this.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. I'm glad I was able to do it, man.
Anything else you want to talk about or bring up before I have my one final question? What do we have? We have like 15 minutes left.
Yeah, we have like 15 minutes left.
Okay. Trying
I
to
just
think of anything.
should I say bring up something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
can
trying to get. I
can
got
bring-
one final question.
All right, want to find a question after this.
And then I'm just trying to. I always when you leave, I'll be like, "Oh, I should have brought up. We did the sober now. We met in the beginning. Yeah, just appreciate you and your hustle.
Thank you, man.
I've always liked you.
trying to stay funny, man. That's all.
Oh, but
I'm trying
the
to-
fucking. I just remember the Vegas trip. We carpooled to Vegas.
Yes, we did.
I did that date shake on the next trip there.
It was good.
Best shake I've ever had in
Yeah.
my life. I swear to God.
Yeah, it was good. I told you.
It was so good.
If you've never had a date shake, get a date shake.
Get a date shake. They sell them at a gas station on the way to Vegas. Sounds weird. Best shake I've ever had in
Yeah,
my life. That's
I
a
agree.
good gas station. They have good snacks.
That's a great gas station.
They have a waterfall urinal. little stinky. There you get. I don't know. Get
We
a
had
little
got some Red Bulls.
potpourri.
Yeah, we went to Vegas on that trip, and yeah, it was very tough for me that trip. So I'll talk about this. So I had I didn't tell you guys, but my mom had just passed away like 2 days before.
I did know that. I didn't want to bring it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, and it was tough because when it happened, I had to go film The Weakest Link the next day, and then I had to do the Vegas show, and I was
And then you had to do a wedding, right?
then I had to go to Pennsylvania to do
Yeah.
a wedding. So that whole weekend, I was just like out of it, and I had to wear the mask, and I was like, I'm not going to cancel because she wouldn't have wanted me to cancel. So I did it, and I went through it, and honestly, dude, I'm so glad that I went on that trip because I really losing my glasses.
I was gonna say, and you lost your
I lost my
glasses.
because I was out of it, bro. Like I got into this water with the lake with my glasses and my hat on and my mask, and like fully clothed down the thing because I was so out of it.
And Brittany Schmidt is such a sweetheart because she was helping you look
Yeah.
for them. Meanwhile, me and Gabby and Audrey Stewart and
See ya.
are just like, peace. We're fucking stand up paddleboarding. And I'm blind. He's even more blind.
Yeah, I'm
He's got
blind.
Coke bottles.
Yeah, I'm
I got
blind.
Coke bottles. He's got fucking telescopes.
I have 40-ounce bottles. Like,
Yeah, he got 40 ounces.
I can't see shit.
I got a Mexican Coke bottle.
So yeah, so that was very difficult. But I really needed like comedy at that moment to help me get through it. And I remember Brittany I know she was just like giving me a hard time. So I was like, I gotta tell her what happened because if she keeps going, I'm like, dude, my motherfucking mom died. I'll just be
Yeah.
And I knew she would understand because she lost her mother as well 5 years ago. So it was just very tough. So since that happened, we started a scholarship fund in my mother's name called the Jamie M. Whitfield Scholarship Fund. If anybody wants to donate, givebutter.com/Jamie M. Whitfield. It's all on my Instagram.
Text me the link and I'll put it in all
Perfect.
all the stuff.
So yeah, so what it is, we want to give $10,000 a year to a black woman that goes to a historically black college because my mother was really big into education and she was really big in black people going to historically black colleges, which I went because she was like, you can go to whatever school. I'm not going to pay for it if you don't go to a historically black college. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to a historically black college.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And I did. And it was some of the best times that I ever had. She went to Howard University, which is the same school that Kamala Harris went to. They're like 10 years apart, but yeah, that's what's been going
dude,
on.
you're a strong dude because you got a little tipsy that night and
I
you
was
were
gone,
a happy
man.
drunk. He
I'm
was
a
having
happy
a
drunk.
good time.
I'm a happy
and I
drunk.
was like, and because I knew that, but I didn't want to bring it up. I never know what to do. It's like I don't want to. I want to bring you down. I want to just help you forget. You know?
Yeah.
It's never like
It's no right or wrong way to do. And it's a lot of times when people reach out to you, they come from a place of, oh, I don't know what to say. But there's nothing anybody could say to make anything better.
No, that's and then because basically I would say you're a strong dude because that's the craziest, most difficult thing I could imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I would have just broke. I would have just relapsed and whipped my dick out and be like, this is for you, mom.
Yeah, I had a moment in the bathroom on the boat, and then like, and I was like, I gotta push through. And then I was like, I just need to get drunk so I can just fall asleep. And that's what I did. But I had to wake up and fly to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm surprised you made your flight.
Yeah, I made
dude.
my flight,
Damn.
bro. I did it because I knew she would. And then I told myself I'll allow myself to have a moment and I had a moment on the way because I drove from Erie to Detroit on the 7th of September, and it was just like, this is the moment that I'm having. So I cry when I need to cry.
Those car rides will get you, man.
sleep-
Something about
yeah,
car rides.
car rides.
Just
And
let
just-
it out.
Yeah, just
Oh.
and then music, like
Yeah.
car rides and music. So
Yeah.
there was some song like Kanye played one day, and then it wasn't even like a sad song, but it was a song where I was like, "Fuck, he lost his mom."
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about that, like what he had to go through and everything. So yeah, so I just let her legacy, because she always told me, man, like life is temporary, but your legacy lives forever, and that is why I started the scholarship fund to help her legacy live forever. Bro.
Well, I love you, man, and
Love you too, bro.
I'm just happy and proud of you. You're a strong dude, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And now, with that being said, I have one more question. Do you
How
have
big is your dick? It's average.
This
average.
is just fucking comedy. It's not funny. I'm sorry about your loss. Now,
No,
do you
no.
have a good pooping of the pants story?
Pooping out of pants
a
story.
good diarrhea down the leg.
Yeah, I think I say this, right? There's two kinds of people. There's a person that has shit on themselves, and there's a person that lied about it.
There's a couple liars.
Yeah, and I've never shit myself.
You haven't?
C2. I lied about it. So yeah, I think the last time it happened, it was one of those things where, you know, we go back to the tip of the doo-doo fart. So I went through my coffee in the morning, and usually, you know, I have a poop in the morning, because I'm pretty regular, so I have a poop in the morning.
Good poops.
But my mom was an herbalist, so she gave me this shit called Casera Sagrada, which is a natural laxative. It's made from like the bark of trees or whatever. So she's like, yeah, you need to do this cleanse. You take these for 10 days, but don't take them longer than 10 days. You do it at night, and then in the morning you whatever. So I did it at night. I had my coffee. I was running late, so I didn't have time to do it. And so I was on my way to work. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. And then you get that knot in your stomach. Yeah, and you're like,
Oh.
and then sometimes you can hold it, and then you hold it, and then it goes away. But this time it was just like, nah, bro, I'm going. I'm going. So I'm in traffic, and it was like, nah. And then you go to that moment where it's like, no, I'm not. I'm a grown ass man, because your body just takes over. Like you can't control your body, because like once those floodgates are open, bro,
it's
like
a wrap.
and it wasn't even like
Once that chocolate starfish puckers,
yeah, and I wish it was a chocolate starfish, but this shit was like
release
it was,
the kraken.
yeah, you like came out like waterfall, bro. Like it was like I was peeing from my asshole, because it was nothing
that's
but
the
like
worst.
yeah,
It's nothing to contain
yeah, it
it.
was just
You
like
seeping
ball,
through.
and I was like, my
And you're on your
God,
way to
dude.
work?
Yeah.
U-turn.
U-turn, bro. I was like, I can't go to work today, dude. And everyone was like, what happened to you? I was like, dude, I just shit myself. On like, just fucking did it, bro. And
Dude, that's the best excuse. Remember the coworker? I ain't gonna name her, but she used to be like, yeah, I have diarrhea today. I gotta go home. And nobody, it's just the ultimate.
yeah.
Just see you later.
See you later. No questions asked. Because everybody has been there, bro. Where you're like, just can't stop.
She had diarrhea a lot, though.
Okay,
You can't
yeah.
always get diarrhea when we get busy, you know?
Yeah, I had that, and then yeah, and coming back from Mexico one time, where I just lived on the toilet, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah. Montezuma's revenge. It's
yeah.
real.
I think it was a coffee.
Yeah,
that I
they
had maybe
the
but-
water.
yeah, it was just, but yeah, man, I'll never forget that, bro.
My favorite highlight reel I've ever made, farts in Mexico. I went to Mexico. I fart a lot, bro. This was times 10. This was like relentless. But one by one, it hit all. I got hit first, so I was, and then it hit my mom, and then my cousin, then my sister, then my aunt. Like it was like, it's Mexico, bro.
Don't drink the water.
Good luck.
Party, but don't drink the water.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, bro.
I appreciate you coming down. Go get that couple married so they could get divorced.
Yeah, it's so funny, bro. Like, that's such a great joke that Brittany has. Like, marriage is so stupid because like no one would be like, hey, if you walked out your door, you get shot in the head. 50% chance you get shot in the head. No one's like, hey, I have a dress for that. Like, it's like
I got a killer bow tie for that.
yeah, like
it's so true.
But I wish all couples well, and I
Yeah.
hope that everyone gets married from me stays together.
Me too. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was just searching for the joke.
Yeah.
Um,
But you're right.
it's 50-50.
50-50.
And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I
Peace.
appreciate and love you all. Peace.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That has been our podcast today. No ad reads besides the Comedy Showcase app, which I am a part of. And we just need some ad money. We need advertisement. Or more for my podcast to blow up. Hey, how about you tweet my podcast out to 10 friends and say, listen, or I'm going to cut my nuts off. No, I don't. They'll probably want to see you cut your nuts off. Anyways, Comedy Showcase app. Boy, what is happening? Falling off the rails. Comedy Showcase app is a subscription app where where you get stand-up clips, stand-up comics, up-and-comers, and the subscription goes to the comedian. Wouldn't you say that's nice? Wouldn't you say that's nice? Yeah, so it's crazy. Come on, guys. We just need about 1 million subscribers, and then the comics on there will be rich. It's really hard to grow a business. Anyways, Comedy Showcase app, only on Apple because we're in the negative. And I've used that joke before, and I thought it would change. Still in the negative. Comedy Showcase app. Go download it. It's in the link below. Stand-up comedy clips, and the money goes to the comics while they own all the rights to their material, and that's fantastic and rare in this business, unfortunately. So that's why we invented this app, to change things and do it correctly. I love you all. Thank you. Liking and subscribing. What? Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you haven't done that yet, you're a busy guy. All right, everybody. Adios. Until next time. Adieu.